Hi kids, my name's Nicole and this is Let's Make Art, and you're here for a project for us to create together. This time I should have the example. We are drawing some buildings. There's actually a few examples. There's a lot going on here. Here we go. Here's our project we're doing. We're making fun buildings. Now, before we get started, I wanted to introduce to you Keenan. If you hear his voice in the back, he's gonna be a little out of breath. This is Keenan.
Hi, I'm Keenan.
He's gonna be talking to me, telling me where to look. So I just wanted you to know who you're hearing. Now, we are, like I said, going to be making buildings. This project is called I Am Strong because you are strong. Any sort of buildings, if you look around, they were made with so much care and they help support. They're made with all these different pieces of wood. What else can, cement, bricks?
Some buildings have steel 2x4s in the walls. Or steel I-beams, which is what supports an entire building, or a bridge.
Those are probably really strong.
They're very strong.
Buildings.
Very heavy.
So there's so many different types that we were talking about. Maybe that's, well, I guess the inside you wouldn't know. But if you have our scene and you flip to page 13, you will see there's so many different ways that you can take this one project that we're doing and make it your own. So I'm going to teach you the basics of it, but I want you to make this your own. So maybe it's you go outside and maybe you take a picture of the home that you see right in front of you and you see what colors they are, where are the windows, or you go outside and you see a building across the street. There are buildings probably maybe everywhere.
I grew up in an old city hall.
Oh.
So it was just a big square brick building, like an old firehouse.
That's so cool. What color was it?
It was red. It was all brick. Didn't even look like these houses.
I was like, I didn't make a red one, but maybe we need to.
That'd be awesome.
You can make a brick one.
Yeah.
So to get started is have out your journal. Now, if you do not have our box, you can do this on any piece of paper. So don't feel like you have to have the same exact supplies. Now, I'm going to be using a ruler to help me out and my markers. Now, I'm going to start with a light gray. I'm going to make my house, I'm going to make this one. And so I'm going to start out with a light gray. But again, if you want to make your house red, you can grab a different color. So what we're going to do is you're going to start, I know it might look a little complicated, but I'm going to break it down for you. So we're going to start with a square. I know you can draw a square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the bottom of my square, line this up, and you can decide how big your house is, how many different dots you want. And the dots are really helpful here to help you see that. Now I'm going to draw the side of my rectangle. Let's see. Again, you can decide how big you want this to be, but this is the foundation of your building.
I feel like you're being an engineer right now.
Because of how
you have the ruler and the marker and the dot paper.
Crafting it. I think that'd be a really cool job to be.
It would be.
I don't know if I could do that.
Engineers are very creative.
Very creative. Very smart, very good with numbers.
Oh yeah, that'd be tough.
I love it. If you want to be an engineer, please tell us, because I think that is really, really cool.
Yeah, tell us what you want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be, because I'm still 7. So when I grow up, excuse me, if I grow up.
If.
If.
Okay.
Because sometimes, you just want to Peter Pan it.
If you want to grow up, what do you want to be?
I haven't decided.
Oh. You were going to finish that sentence?
I want to be like that one guy. What's his name? Yep.
I don't know what you're saying.
That one.
Okay, I'll keep going. So we're going to draw the roof of the house. And what I did is I just draw a line, so I'm drawing the bottom of it, and I'm going to draw a triangle. Now, your roof may be flat. It may not have a point. I'm going to draw mine with a triangle because that's just what my imagination sees right now. So what could help you if you're drawing a triangle is if you have these points, just pick a point somewhere in the middle. If you want to, you can count. It does not have to be exact. We are not trying to make this perfect. But by drawing a dot like that in the middle, a little bit higher, that will help you. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, and I'm going to touch here and at my dot. And then I'm going to draw a line. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to find my dot and the end of my line, the bottom of my roof, and I'm going to draw my line. Then I'm gonna draw a chimney. So I just drew kind of like a rectangle that would go right there, like that. So you can decide how tall you want it to be. Now, I am going to draw let's start with the door. What color do you want the door to be, Keenan?
Turquoise.
Okay, got a turquoise color. So we're gonna have a turquoise door. Now, it's really fun, and why I wanted to show different examples is you can decide maybe the door is on the left or your door is in the center. You can either go outside and see if you see a building, or you can look up one, or you can use your imagination, which is what I love. So I think I'm gonna move, maybe this time I'll draw the door on the right just to change it up.
What if you do a circle door?
Oh, you know what to do? I'll draw, so because I already drew that line.
That's okay.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw an half circle.
Oh.
So it's like an arch.
Nice.
That looks really cool, actually.
That does look cool.
I think I want to draw
I like that.
the rim of the door.
Ooh, that looks nice.
And let's make that color that in. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make this, maybe make this a lighter color. This is your door to create. I want to add some blue. This is how you have fun. Color in my door. Okay, now that I have my door, your door needs a handle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick a darker blue.
You ever seen a door with the handle in the middle?
No.
It's really interesting.
I've seen doors that have handles in the middle, but they're too,
French doors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
You're saying it's one door and the,
Handles in the middle.
oh,
It's really interesting.
is that a real thing?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Doors, there's so many different doors. Okay, now when you have your door, think about how many windows are there. Are they one long one? Are there two of them that are side by side? I am going to do two side by side. So what I'm going to do is, if you don't want to use your ruler, you can also just look at the lines, and that will help you draw a line. So let's see. I think I'm gonna,
Do you mean look at the dots?
yeah, what did I say?
Line?
Yes, I meant dots. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe I'll draw one like that. And then, so what I'm gonna do is, just like how I actually drew a door frame here, when you look at your windows, some windows, not all of them actually, now that I think about it, have a frame to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another rectangle, but on the outside. So I'm following the dots that are on the outside of my first rectangle. And then I'm going to do one more. So let's see. This one will be a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to draw, so this time actually I drew the outer one. Now I'm going to draw the inner rectangle. There we go. Now let's draw one more window next to here. And for this one, what I thought about is, what if your window has some plants in front of it?
Ooh.
So what you could do is you can take, I'm going to take a brown and I'm going to draw, because I'm using my imagination, and I'm drawing a
Planter.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And so what I did is I'm drawing kind of like a rectangle, but I had it kind of come out like this, so it just gives it a little bit of angle. So I just drew a line that came in.
Can you shift that a little to the right so we can see that angle again?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, other right.
Wow, I did do that to my left. Thank
That's
you.
okay. You're welcome.
So I drew it at an angle like that. So there's my planter box. Now I've got to add some plants and some flowers. Any color you like. Flowers can be all different colors. Drawing maybe some sunflowers.
That looks nice, actually.
Do you like the yellow?
Yeah, I just like that, how that yellow popped up like that. That was so nice.
Okay, I'll leave those yellow and those a little peachy color. Then I realized that I didn't draw the same frame. So I have my frame outside here, so I'm going to copy that and do that right here. So I'm going to draw a frame by following the lines and drawing the inner rectangle. But I don't need to draw the bottom because think about it, if you imagine you're looking at it, my flowers are in front. So it's just like, we've done this before, if Keenan were to come behind me, do you want to come behind me?
I can if you want.
You would only see me. So pretend I'm the flowers and the person behind me. So that's we're drawing the two different ones. So you don't see the whole thing. I don't think that made any sense.
It did, it makes sense.
Okay, I hope that made sense. So I didn't draw the entire frame because I didn't see it all. Now what I'm going to do is, now that I have that, is I'm going to color this all in. So you can make this any color. I'm just going to make this the gray color because I have it in my hand. So I'm going to color in my frames. And windows are usually see-through. Trying to think if there's any windows that aren't see-through.
If they're tinted.
That's true. Maybe you have tinted windows.
Like in a different, my car has tinted windows on the sides.
That's true. They could be tinted.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can make yours tinted, or if you want to leave them see-through, I'm just going to not color that in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down the center this way, and then a line down the center horizontal. So that way, if you're looking at it, you see the different panes. So some windows have different panes, not all of them. Some of them can be a full clear one, but I'm drawing mine with different panes, right? Window panes?
Window pane.
Okay. So I'm going to draw that same thing. Draw a vertical line, so that means a line coming down, and then a horizontal line, which means a line coming across. Then I'm going to color in my roof. And so what we're doing is you're going to create the bottom layer. So the cool thing about this is, if you think about this, we're making a foundation for everything. So we're making the foundation for our roof by coloring in one color. Then what I want to show you is roofs can also be all different. They can have lines like this. They can have, I call them scallops, but I guess they're tiles. What would you call them?
They're roofing tiles.
Tiles. I call them scallops because they look like scales.
They totally look like scallops.
Scallops. Or they can be cross-hatched.
Wait, scales or scallops? Because I think scallops are potatoes. Scales. You're thinking scales.
Okay, we can draw scales.
Yes.
I'm going to draw scales on mine. So I'm going to so I made my foundation. I put my bottom layer. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bit, or grab a little bit of a darker brown. So this was my original foundation color. I want to draw with a darker color. And I'm going to draw half circles and connecting them so they look like scales. So you can connect them, make half circles, keep going. So I'm going to keep going down my roof. Make them all different sizes. Then, if you want, you can also, I'm going to outline mine just to make it pop a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Now, the last thing is that if you're looking at my building, I also want to draw, if you look at this, this is as if my building is white, but it's made with different planks of wood. And so I guess the wood can also be this way. But what I'm thinking of in my imagination is I see the wood planks that are all like this. Mm-hmm. So to do that, in my imagination, I want to create that on my paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my dots, and every other row, a row is a line of dots this way, is I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to connect my dots like that. So I'm going to skip that row, and I'm going to draw them across like that. So that way, it looks like they're white planks that are coming across to create my building.
Nice. Do you know why they usually go across like that?
No, please educate us.
So that when it rains, those planks or the siding are overlapping one another, so that rain doesn't get inside the wood or metal holding up that building.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Engineer-wise.
Yes.
Thanks for that fun fact.
You're welcome.
There, so I made the sidings of my building. Finally, if you think about, your building isn't just floating in air, so I'm going to ground it by drawing some grass. So I'm just going to take a green, and I'm going to draw a line here, and then I'm going to draw some grass. And this is where I want you to be creative. Does your house have, maybe you have or your building have a mailbox in front? Or is there a dog playing out in front?
I like the mailbox idea.
Okay, so you can do that. Actually, this was Sarah's idea, is if you have a box, you have these cool little sticky notes. How fun, let's see if this works. I'm gonna try this. These are just sticky note pads that you can use kind of for anything, but let me take one off. So these can either be to mark your page if you really like this page and you're like, I want to remember this and show all my friends. You can sticky mark that, so then when you go to it, you can easily know where to go.
Smart.
But you know what you can also do?
What? Tell me.
Let's see. I would need to glue that side maybe. Is that how it would go? Let's see. And I'm going to draw and make this not a mailbox, but I'm kind of making it like a sign. And if it said, if this was my home or my school, you can do that. I was going to say you can write your last name.
Free popsicles.
But you can also do that. So maybe you write something on there. Again, this is a fun way you are being creative. And that's what we are all doing together. That's what makes this world so much cooler. There's engineers, there's creators, there's artists like you. So I want you to take this project and make more. Maybe you make an entire neighborhood, you make an entire street, entire city. This is your creation for you to make. So always remember that you are strong. Is there anything else I missed?
I don't think so.
Okay. I hope you had so much fun. We have a Facebook group where I would like to see what you make.
Yes.
Like Keenan would like to see what you make.
I want to see.
We all want to see what your building looks like, what your strong foundation looks like. So we have a Facebook group called Let's Make Art Kids. Ask an adult to take a picture, to share that with us. And remember again that you are brave, kind, and creative, and we will see you next time.